Hey, what's up guys? It's C-Stacks here, and welcome to the Secret Avengers opening. So, finally got my Secret Avengers set, which is of course the second set in the Civil War story arc. This is expanding on the anti-registration team, aka Team Cap. So we got our Cap mat here. I also went ahead and picked up these Cap sleeves with it, just because I was buying two sets, and I only needed a few more dollars for free shipping. And I hadn't picked up very many of the sleeves yet, and I just thought it was really fitting to pick these up, and I really like these ones. I couldn't decide between these and the Falcon Cap ones, which are freaking gorgeous. The Falcon Cap America ones look so good. But anyways, pick those up too. Let's go ahead and get into Secret Avengers. Once again, I don't remember a lot of what's in here, so I'm going to be kind of rereading a lot of these for the first time. Let's get this plastic off and get going. Team Cap sort of needs a little more help, I feel like, than Team Iron Man does. I think there's some really cool cards in here. I'm trying to find the little tab because I'm always so bad at getting the plastic off these things. Is that it there? No. Sometimes I find the tab and sometimes I just don't. Alright, you know what? I have kind of a box cuttery type thing here. Hang on. Okay. I poked a hole. And looks like the plastic wrap wins another round versus C-Stacks. Okay, so we have Secret Avengers Civil War Volume 4, Number 5. We have Hulkling and Kate Bishop on the front here. Alright, this second issue in the Civil War story arc bolsters Captain America's resistance forces, including the raw, unbridled power of the Young Avengers. Assemble your team of Secret Avengers, join the battle, and feel their powers in your hands. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this. Pretty excited. I'm very much enjoying the Civil War arc so far. So I'm going to hover over the rulebook, or rule sheet. I don't usually go over these in depth. My dog just walked in here. You might have been able to hear that in the background. It's good that they're explaining stuff like mantles and AKA to people who like, you know, because they are marketing this as like, you know, the perfect place for new players and stuff, perfect place to teach your friends. So good that they're including stuff like that in here. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. So first we have Cable, main character. He's a 1/6 with range and 5 health. He has Manipulate Matter, main, blue, choose any character, switch that character's attack and defense this turn. Not like a huge fan of this ability. I think in a lot of situations it like really does nothing. You can really swing some combats, I suppose, in your favor, but you know, it's whatever. War is my life. Level up 4. When an enemy character gets stunned on your turn, Cable gains 1 XP. So they have to get stunned on your turn, so you can just send people in and get a pretty quick level up probably. He at level 2 he's a 311. Good lord. Still has Manipulate Matter. Now he has Telepathic. Main yellow. Turn any face down supporting character face up. So you could like do multiple wounds to things in a turn. It has to be on supporting characters though, and it doesn't ready the character, so like it doesn't do you any good to do this on your guys unless like you just want another blocker. This guy seems really mediocre to me. He's got 5 health, which isn't very good. I think his powers kind of do nothing. He's got low aggressive stats. Yeah, we'll see if people come up with anything for him, but I think he's the more underwhelming of the main characters in this box. Let's see. We have Luke Cage. He's a 3/4/6. He has the Burstein process. Is that what that's called? The Burstein process? I don't know. Main green, Luke Cage can't be struck this turn. That seems so good to me. I think this is the exact wording that's on the photo Black Panther main character. Obviously, that's going to be a different power, but I think it does the same thing. Yeah, really good power, I think. Street level is his level up 5. When Luke Cage enters melee combat with at least one character without flight, he gains gains 1 XP. So it's sort of a slow level up condition. We, I believe, have confirmation that you can do cute things like Uncanny Defense to put this guy in the combat. He gets an XP for that, but like he gets XP on your turn when you attack. He gets XP on their turn if they attack into him. Again, it has to be somebody without flight though, so it's sort of in control of your opponent, at least on their turn. And it's really dependent on like kind of just what they're playing in their deck, right? And if like their main character has flight, you might be kind of screwed. But the level up's kind of slow, but he does have 6 health and this really strong first power, so I think he's probably the better main character in this box just for that reason. Let's see what the payoff is. I don't even remember. He's still an 8-5, or sorry, he's an 8-5 at level 2, still with 6 health and still with that first power. And now he has Sweet Christmas, main red, ready Luke Cage, and put a +1/+1 counter on him. He can use his power any number of times each turn. Yeah, I like this guy. This guy seems pretty, he seems pretty alright to me. If you can fix that level up condition, yeah, I think he can do stuff. And then this card, I think this card is so cool, I just don't know if she's very good. We have Storm, main character. She's a 2-5 with flight and 5 health. She has I'm a Mutant. When an enemy character with flight appears, put a -1/-1 counter on it. Again, that one could just be a does nothing power. It depends on what your opponent comes to the game with. And then the level up is from a long line of African priestesses, level up 1. At the end of your turn, if there is at least one blue, yellow, green, and red basic location on your side, Storm gains 1 XP. So that's kind of a tall order. Let's see what the payoff is. So, at level 2, she's a 5-9. She still has I'm a Mutant, and now she has I'm a Goddess. Main, blue, yellow, green, red. Wound each enemy character with flight, then stun each character without flight. So it's pretty good, kind of a cool board clear ability. I don't know that the payoff warrants all the work. She's going to have to work pretty hard. It gets really screwed if your opponent plays anything like a Leviathan Demolisher or something else that turns down your locations or KOs your locations. And you also kind of put yourself in a box where you're going to have to not use your locations for a while if you want to meet this level up condition, and it has to be basic locations, so you do have to play all 4 colors. But it's just really cool card. I just don't think it's very good. But out of the 3 of these, I think Luke Cage is the best one. But I think Storm is probably the coolest one. I like Storm a lot. All right, so let's see. Multiple man supporting character. This card's crazy good, and I know Mark is so excited to finally have this in the game, and like in a really playable way is really cool. So multiple man is a 1-cost 2/1/1. He has swarms. You can have any number of copies of him on your side, and then he has kinetic duplication. At the start of your main phase, you may search your deck for a copy of multiple man and put him onto your side. So you play one, and then at the start of your main phase, you bring another one out. You don't get to trigger the second one, I don't think, because you already missed the start of your main phase. But you play one, you get another one, and then if they both survive on your next turn, they would each trigger once, and you get all 4. So yeah, this card seems super cool. I don't know what the chances of keeping both for a turn are, but like one into another copy is just, even if that's all you do, like it seems pretty good. And like really good for stuff like Captain America main character who wants a lot of these guys. I think it only gains XP when you recruit, but like it does. You'll get an XP for the first one, and then like you have the body for the second one to make Captain America's superpowers a little better. Yeah, I think it's a really cool card. So we have Hawkeye, Mantle Hawkeye 2-drop. I really remember liking this card. So Mantle Hawkeye is a 3/2/1 with range. She has quick draw. So while Hawkeye is range attacking, enemy characters can't strike her. That's pretty good. And then she has Electric Arrow, main blue. This turn, when Hawkeye strikes a defender, put -1 counters equal to her attack on other characters in that defender's row, divided as you choose. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, this is going to be a really sick Might Makes Right target. So at base stats, you could attack something, pay a blue, and then put 3 -1 counters out. Or if you do something like Might Makes Right, you could put 7 -1 counters out. That's kind of expensive because you need like this, a blue, a green, and a Might Makes Right to do it. But like, tell me that doesn't sound super fun. What a cool card. Let's see. Oh, I remember this card being really cool. I love the artwork on this. Like, I know he's not doing anything on this 2-cost Kingpin. He's just sitting there. But I just love, he just looks massive. Look at this. Oh, I love this Kingpin. All right, he's a 2/3/1. He's a wealthy, so at the start of your build phase, gain a recruit point. Then his criminal mastermind, main yellow, choose an enemy character, remove any number of counters from it. So you can remove +1 counters, you can remove -1 counters, not sure why you would do that. You could remove wound counters from supporting characters, although not from... No, you could do it from main characters, but again, like you're doing this on an enemy guy, so I don't know why you do that. But crucially, one thing you can do with this is you can remove vitality counters from enemy characters. So like, this is a hard out to things like Senator Kelly. You could just remove all his vitality counters. But I imagine most of the time you're going to be doing stuff like that, or removing the +1 counters. Yeah, so what I was thinking of was you can't remove XP counters. So apparently you're supposed to be putting XP counters on your main character on the on your level 2 in the level up zone, which is always how I've done it, but apparently a lot of people don't do it that way. But I guess that's how you technically are supposed to do it. Even though I kind of feel like your level 1 and your level 2 main character are the same card. But whatever. That's how it's ruled. You cannot remove XP counters from their main character, which would have been pretty crazy. That would have been pretty insane. But this card as an out to something like Senator Kelly is really cool. And I like that it's multi-purpose in that way, whereas like, you know, people have played things like Yondu and stuff as outs to Senator Kelly before, but like Yondu only answers like low-cost characters, right? You can't stun like if they have like a gargoyle. No, you can't hit gargoyle. If there's something with like a lot of counters that's like above cost 2 or 3, Yondu doesn't help you. Whereas this is like multi-purpose. You could like, even if they have like a power man, like a 7-drop power man with counters, you can use this on that, or you can use it on their Kelly. So I just think it's a really multi-purpose card. I like it a lot. Nick Fury Senior 3 cost is a 4/5 1 health with range. His contingency plan, main, red. Choose an enemy character it loses and can't gain powers until the start of your next turn, including level up powers. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Not very many cards in the game that can remove level up powers, so that guy seems pretty neat. We'll see how that goes. Ooh, did I accidentally... No. Okay. 3 cost Patriot, 5/3, 1 health, bulletproof. Characters with range can't strike Patriot, even in melee combat. So we've seen this be a really relevant power in the past. We'll see if this guy sees play. Seems like a decent 3-drop. The 1 health makes him a little sketch. I really think it's becoming increasingly more and more important to have multi-health dudes on the early end of your curve. 4 cost Daredevil. I love this card. He's a Mantle Daredevil, so he's actually AKA Iron Fist. He actually is Danny Rand. He's a 5/5 1 health, but he has Master Martial Artist, so Daredevil has +4/+4 in melee combat. That's crazy. So he's a 9/9 in melee. And then he has the Student becomes the Master. When Daredevil is in your front row, other characters there have Martial Artists, so they have +2/+2 in melee combat. This guy seems crazy good. This guy I think we'll see play. It's unfortunately far and away the best, I think, most playable Daredevil character we have in Versus, and it's not even Matt Murdock. That's so sad to me. If anybody doesn't know, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, is my favorite comic character of all time. He's absolutely my favorite. So it's really heartbreaking to me to finally see a really playable Daredevil, and it's not even actually him. Anyways, 4 cost Wiccan is a 4/6 2 health with flight and range, and yes, I use my words. When Wiccan appears, you may choose a supporting character on your side and say, "I want them to be okay" repeatedly. If you do, remove any number of counters from them. Remove any number of counters from that. Is that as many as possible, or as many counters as you choose? I assume it's as you choose, so you can like choose to leave their +1 counters but remove their wounds or something like that, I guess. Seems pretty alright. This card's really good. We have 5 cost Hulkling. He is a 6/6/3 with flight. He has half Skrull Shapeshifter. When you recruit Hulkling, you may choose an enemy supporting character. If you do, KO it and put Hulkling on into its row. So I like this card because it seems really multi-purpose to me. So if you want him on your side, he's a 6/6/3 health with flight, so you can just keep him. That is, hang on, yeah, you may. So it's optional. So like you could choose to just keep it if you want to have like a team attacker or like a blocker on your side or whatever. Or if like say you're playing against somebody and they have like a Galactus on their side, well then this is just a 5 cost removal spell, right? You just play this, KO their Galactus outright, and you just give them this. Like this is way more manageable. So I think he's really multi-purpose in this way, and I think he's going to see a lot of play. Like you could just play him as a 6/6 with flight, and like he can team attack with your stuff or whatever. Or like, oh, that's a nice 5 wound Silver Surfer you have there. I'll kill that and give you this. Oh, that's a nice Galactus you have there. You can have this. So I think he's really multi-purpose in that way, and I think he's really cool. I like the design on that one. It's a really interesting card. Yeah. We have 5 cost Solo. He's a 10/5 with range and 1 health. He has Special Forces Operation. Solo can only attack main characters. Okay, so that's why he's so overstated at 5. And he has Teleport. At the end of your turn, you may put Solo into your hand. So, like, I guess if you wanted to keep this as just, like, a rechargeable bullet, you could just, like, play him, stun their main, bring him back, and, like, do that every turn. The problem is, like, you're kind of losing card advantage in that way, where, like, you're spending your recruit points to bring this guy out, only to bring him back, whereas, like, your opponent is playing things that they're going to try to make stick. But he's cool. He's alright. We have 6 cost Vision is a 4/8 flight range 2 health. I remember liking this card, but let's see what it does. Physical Disruption. When Vision would strike an enemy supporting character in melee combat, you may wound that character instead. So I think this is really good. This card gave me like match vibes, where like I don't know. I just think it works on the defense too, right? Oh, I just dropped one. So let's see. If Vision would strike an enemy supporting character in melee combat, you may have him win that character instead. So yeah, so it does work on the defense. I think this card seems solid. I think this guy will see a fair amount of play. Again, the problem is he's on 6, right? So like, is it better than Thing? I feel like I say that a lot now. I feel like I just want to play Thing and everything. Not a bad card though. Oh man, this card's crazy. I can't believe they did this. Okay, 7 cost Doctor Strange is an 8/10 with flight and 2 health. The least amount of blood. Doctor Strange can't use I must remain above the fray unless there are at least 5 total characters with superpowers in KO piles. I do not think that is hard to achieve. I think that will just happen organically in most games by the time... I don't think it'll take long to do that. I must remain above the fray is any turn, any combat green, cancel the combat. Doctor Strange can only use his power while he's in your hand. Reveal him when he does. He can use his power any number of times each turn. So... oh man, we already have like these 8 negate decks that are playing 4 Think Again and 4 In Good Hands, and now they made this thing, which is like an infinite Think Again. If you can, it's theoretically infinite. Otherwise, I mean, at the very least, it's an 8. It's like an 8 combat cancel. Like you're playing 8 greens in your deck because you're playing like 4 of the wild location and 4 greens, and then like. Calculate in things like Iron Man to flip things up, Build a Better World to flip things up, in conjunction with the number of combat cancels we already have, which everybody's playing for In Good Hands in the It's All Good format anyway. Yeah, I think this card is kind of crazy and is going to see play. Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say this card is nuts. Here at the end, I was like, where's my other plot twist? It's a one-of-a-kind card. Okay, so we have Nightmare Scenario is a one-of-a-kind plot twist, and it's build, search your deck for a supporting character with a superpower, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Interesting enough, you can grab this with that, so that's cool. Yeah, I think that card's really great. You're going to be playing that in any anti-registration deck. Definitely going to have that in there. And then the last card is another really strong card. We have Electron Scrambler. It's a 0-cost equipment. You've got 5 minutes, equip only to an enemy character, and then in case you ever went over to the other side, equipped character loses and can't gain superpowers. So it's kind of like an inhibitor collar. It only affects superpowers, so not keywords, but it can also crucially go onto main characters. So that card seems really good. Yeah, I think this is a pretty good boost to the anti-registration forces. This card's good. This card's good. I think Doctor Strange is crazy. I think Vision is super playable. I think Solo is decent. I think Hulkling is very playable. That card's really cool. Really like the design of that. Wiccan seems okay. He's a 2 health, so that's cool. I love the new Daredevil. Love the new Daredevil character. Big fan of this. I think I will definitely be playing this in a lot of my decks for the It's All Good format, because I plan on starting to play more of that on stream and stuff. Like that card a lot. Patriot seems alright. This new Nick Fury Sr., one of the few cards in the game that as I said, that can remove level up powers. That I think is going to have some kind of a niche in control-based strategy, so I like that. Love the new Kingpin. Talked about this guy a lot. I think he's very multi-purpose. He's an answer to +1 counters. He's an answer to things like Kelly. And he has just really cool artwork. I just love him. Look at him. I love Kingpin. I love the 2-cost Hawkeye. I definitely will do some kind of a might makes right thing with this. You can count on that. You can always count on old C-stacks for that. Multiple man is great. The main characters, I think, are where the set suffers a little bit, because I think Storm is pretty unplayable. I like Luke Cage a lot, although the level up is kind of sketch, but I think he is pretty playable, and I think Cable is kind of bad too. So if I had to... I do think the main characters is where it suffers. These guys are kind of lackluster, but I think there's a lot of bangers in the supporting characters and the other stuff there. You know, the equipment is really good. I think this will see play. But yeah, overall, a really good boost for the anti-registration strategy, and a lot of new fun toys for the It's All Good format. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of this Secret Avengers set. Can't wait to crack open Thunderbolts and see the rest of the cards. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.